Hello, this is William McKissick with Schooley Mitchell, your expense reduction consultant. And as you know, at Schooley Mitchell, we love to promote other businesses, profit and non-profit, on social media for free. We love to help people get in front of other audiences. It's our way of giving back to the community on a personal basis and as an organization. And today I have with me Wes Rasmussen, who's with Elite Rewards, and he is the Vice President of Business Development and Training. Welcome to the show, Wes.
Thanks, William. This is awesome. Appreciate you having me on.
Before we get into talking about Elite Rewards, obviously I know it's rewards for employees within companies and it's rewards for companies' customers. They can help them gain more customers or retain more customers. Tell us a little bit about you and how you came to where you are right now with Elite Rewards.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Michigan, moved here after high school, went to Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida, graduated with a degree in sports management and thought that my career was going to be in sports. I did some seasonal stuff with some different sports organizations here in Florida, but decided to switch career paths, had an opportunity to join Ashley Furniture, which is one of the largest manufacturers and retailers in North America. And I was with them for close to 9 years. I did a number of different things from sales to management, project management, training and development, business development. And I had an opportunity at the end of last year to join Elite Rewards, be a bigger part of something smaller. And I've been with them ever since. And I love what I do. I love this company. And we got a lot of exciting things that we're working on this year.
Fantastic. You don't look old enough to have had such a long career. It's pretty amazing. You've done a lot of stuff. So that's great. You've got a lot of experience coming into the world you work in now and you live and work in right now. So tell us a little bit more about Elite Rewards. Tell us a bit more about like the customer side and the employee side. Can I break them up into two portions to help the viewer understand exactly where you're coming from?
Yeah. So we're an incentive marketing agency here in St. Pete, Florida. Started back in 2015, but our managing partners, our CEO, have been in this industry for 30 plus years. On the consumer side, what we do for companies, mainly retail companies, but we've done a number of different incentive programs or promotions outside of retail. But we create incentive promotions to help them sell their services or their products in unique ways. So, as a substitute to traditional discounting, what we provide is fulfillment and handle all the customer service for MasterCard reward cards, top name brand products, and travel or experiences. So, for example, if I'm a company that's selling a product that's $1,000 and I typically run promotions where I'm offering 10 or 15% off, what we do is we say, hey, instead of doing discounts, why don't you offer a MasterCard reward card? Or why don't you tie a really top name brand product, something that you know is going to drive traffic to your store, to your site, like an Apple AirPod or a Yeti cooler or a Dyson vacuum or a cookware set. Our team handles all the fulfillment, all the sourcing, distribution, customer service for those products. And so it gives companies really unique ways to target their desired clientele. Obviously, the end all be all goal is to drive sales and increase profitability, which we've had a lot of success doing. And then maybe for those higher price point products or services, we do all the booking and handle all the customer service for travel and experiences. So we can do 3-day cruises or 2-night hotel stays, and then on the more maybe higher inside, we could do events at the Vegas Sphere or tickets to a sporting event or the Masters, things like that. Our team has a really wide variety of different experiences and travel programs that we build for companies. So it's given us a lot of flexibility to work with varying industries. We're pretty tapped into the retail industry, more specifically furniture, appliance, mattress. We're doing some stuff in the automotive space, the surface industry, the health and fitness industries as well. But we feel that there's so many other industries that haven't really even tapped into utilizing a company like us for consumer promotion. So there's really no limit to what we can do on the consumer side, which is awesome for somebody like myself that's in business development.
Yeah.
And then on the employee side, what we build are customized reward site or employee reward platforms. So think of it as a unique site that an employer could have where they get to personalize the way that they motivate their employees. So every employee would have their own unique password and username, and they would earn points, and that would be decided by the employer. So it could be tenure, it could be holidays, it could be different sales objectives or performance targets that they're setting for their employees. It could be something as simple as showing up to work on time. Whatever it is, you
Yeah.
decide how your employees earn points, and then they get to use those points on either reward cards, top name brand products, or travel or experiences. So it becomes very personalized instead of a one size fits all rule of, all right, we're going to do a pizza party, or we're going to, just pay you more money. For some people, that's great. But as you know, like everybody's motivated differently. And so when you have a site like this set up, all you're doing is allocating those points or deciding how those points are allocated. And our team does the rest in fulfilling those rewards to an employee. So one employee might just want to save up their points and use it towards cash in the form of a reward card, while another employee might want to use it on, I don't know, a Beats by Dre headphone. And then another employee might want to save it up for a 5-day cruise to the Bahamas, right? And so it gives employees the ability to not only improve engagement and obviously motivation, but it also helps with retaining employees, which is a challenge really with any industry. And so on the employee side of what we do, there's really no industry or no company that we can't partner with, which is great.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit about what we do and kind of how we work.
Yeah, from the employee retention side, I've been the recipient of one of the reward programs. I don't know if it was your company. My wife works for a national bank, and to have a rewards program, and we've got an amazing pool cleaner that came from the rewards program because we had all these. We had all these points. We said, what do we spend the money on? And we ended up getting quite a really nice pool cleaner, and that came from her being a dedicated employee. It was more
Yeah.
about being a dedicated employee for just being great at her job, and the company had rewarded her for that. So that's an example of the kind of thing that your company can get from this. If you just want to reward your employees for being really good at their job, and in this case, my wife was that. So give us an example of kind of like a run of the mill company you work with. I know you work within the furniture world, you work in the retail sector, but give us an example of the kind of run of the mill companies you're working with right now and where you want to expand to. Because I know you and I met in a one-to-one conversation. You were talking about expanding into other areas and connecting with businesses that are related to some of the sectors you're trying to get into. Give us a little bit about that so that the viewer can see where you're trying to go with the company.
Yeah. I would say on the employee reward platform side, it's anybody and everybody. So that's very wide open. We do stuff with retail companies, but we also do stuff in healthcare.
Yeah.
We have companies in the media space that we do things with. So there's really not if you want to call it, ideal target client for the reward side of things,
Mm-hmm.
because it really becomes a matter of what's a company that's trying to improve this area of their business, and how can they do that we can be a fit for anybody. Ideally, I would say the larger the company, probably the more value that we provide, because it becomes harder to manage employee rewards when you have hundreds or thousands of employees versus smaller companies that maybe have less than 50.
Yeah.
But I would also say that if you're a company that is smaller, staff wise, we're not going to say no to an opportunity to partner and do business with you. So that would be my answer to that. Now, on the incentive promotion or program side of things, more consumer facing, we're working with a lot of furniture companies. So Ashley Furniture, Gardner White, Raymore and Flanagan, City Furniture. So we're pretty tapped into that industry, although there's probably a number of other furniture companies that maybe aren't familiar with what we do, or or that would be a great fit. We
Mm-hmm.
do stuff with Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Serta Simmons mattress. So the mattress side of things as well, we're pretty well connected. On the appliance side of things, we're doing stuff with Bosch Appliance, which is a pretty globally recognized brand.
Mm-hmm.
We're expanding into the jewelry industry, so we're starting to do a lot of different things with different jewelers. But that's still a huge opportunity for us. It's more of a newer vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the surface industry. So some different tile and floor companies we're doing things with on more on the wholesale side, but
Mm-hmm.
even on the retail side, there's opportunities there. And then I would say a vertical where we see massive opportunity and we're starting to get a little bit of traction there is the automotive industry.
Right.
The types of customers that we work with, being furniture and appliance, have a lot of similarities to the automotive industry in that there's salespeople. You're dealing with higher valued or bigger ticket items that typically aren't purchased often, right? If you're buying a mattress, that's probably hopefully going to last you 10 plus years. If you're buying furniture, that could last just as long, hopefully as well, unless you're changing the style. Same thing with a car, right? I mean, if you're doing a lease, then you might switch out every 3 to 5 years. But if you're buying a car, your goal is that it's going to last you as long as it possibly can. And so a lot of our incentive promotions and the things that we build work perfectly with auto dealers. And we see a lot of continual or repeat business with the people that we work with because we're also able to offer volume-based discounts.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get too in the weeds with that, but there's even some cost savings benefits that we can provide when retailers substitute traditional discounting with the types of things that we do. So I'm probably missing some of the industries. Those are probably like the more popular or the main ones, but I would say anybody on the retail side of, if you're selling a product or a service and you're trying to incentivize action with your customers, whether that's visiting your site or converting when they're on the site, or if you have physical locations, spending more money, using financing,
Yeah.
purchasing protection plans, add-ons, whatever it is, like we're all consumers. There's something that will incentivize us to buy or to spend more money, and it's unique for every company. It's just a matter of figuring that out. And I think that high-low marketing strategy of we're going to increase our price and then we're going to offer these big discounts is starting to run dry. I think consumers are catching on to that. So what are some unique ways that you can advertise your product or your service while not adding a bunch of added workload or responsibility onto your staff?
Yeah.
And
You
that's
guys take care of it.
we're the ideal partner in that
Yeah.
regard, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that answers your
Yeah,
question or
no,
not.
it does because it lets the viewers see the type of companies you work with, and it gives us a flavor of the companies you're already working with, and the fact that you can take this to any company in any space. To be
Yeah.
honest, so
Yeah. And
as
I'll
a
add
final,
this too. I probably should have led with this in the beginning, but we don't have on the consumer side of promotions and programs that we build, we don't have monthly fees. There's no upfront charges or costs in order to take advantage of what we do. So there's really no risk. We like to say like no, we're no risk, all reward. If we create an incentive promotion or program that has a tie to a MasterCard or to a top name brand product or a traveler experience, you're not required to buy a specific amount of those products or of those travel certificates, if you will, ahead of time in order to take advantage of us. So if you have a promotion that we build with you and it runs for, let's say, July 4th weekend, right? And the expected target or goal is a specific number. And unfortunately, it falls way below that. You're not like sitting on a bunch of inventory of products, or you're not now thinking, man, I just spent all this money to work with Elite and now it didn't drive the results I wanted. There's no fees, there's no monthly charges. So that's what a big differentiator for us is that our success is ultimately dependent on the success of what we build for companies. So if you guys aren't winning, we're not winning. So we really want to be a partner and add value to organizations that we work with, because we're not making money unless what we build out is driving success. Like there's results from it. So
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I really wanted to add that in.
No, that's fine because we want to get the explanation out there. And we love the way you guys do it because we're the same. We only get paid if we produce results in the form of savings. You only get paid if your company produces the results in the form of increased sales or increased revenues because of what you guys are doing in the background to help them. As a final thought, Wes, I heard you talking about like large customers. There's some really large businesses. You guys operate anywhere in the United States or worldwide?
Yeah, we're across the entire country. We also do business in Canada, a couple countries in South America as well. We're expanding, but that's kind of where we're working as of today.
Okay. Thank you very much, Wes, for coming on the show. I love what you guys do because it's the same as what we do, win-win. Not the same business, but the same idea, the same ideal is that win-win for the customer. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this video and you want to reach out to Wes, his details are underneath his portion of the video. Just give him a call. His email address is there. He's a very friendly person, as you can see. Go and grab him and get him to help you with rewards for your company. Wes, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you, William.
Absolute pleasure. I will now hand it over to Dave for the weather.